Welcome to Issues. A lot of people who saw the film The Tree of Life left the film perplexed, right? They didn't understand it. But everything that Terrence Malick did in that film was intentional, and it was done with a purpose, and it communicates something. It really does. And it makes sense. And it's excellent. You just have to understand what he was doing. So I just wanted to provide some insight as to what he was doing. So if you look at that film, you can basically break any of the sequences down into like three categories. So there's just the normal, movie narrative form, right, where you see characters interacting in a normal way, and then the second category is that 26 or so minute interlude that uses graphics, right, computer graphics, cartoon, to show the evolution of the universe and the planet Earth and then life on Earth. And then the third category is what I would refer to as, dream logic sequences. These are the sequences like at the end when they're all together on the beach, or when Sean Penn's character is walking through like that desert area, walking through doors in the middle of nowhere, right? So it's really those segments that give people the most trouble. They don't understand what's going on. It makes no sense to them. What Malick is doing is he's really using the language of symbols, images, and archetypes. And those are all related, right? An image can be a symbol, an archetype can be represented as an image, and an archetype in a way is a symbol, right? A symbol can be archetypal. And he's weaving them together using the logic of dreams. So it's dream logic, right? And a lot of this comes from Carl Jung's theories, right? Carl Jung developed the theory of the archetype, and Carl Jung used concepts of archetypes and symbols, right, to analyze dreams. So he actually could figure out what dreams were saying because he learned to understand that language. He also realized that if you that creating archetypes and symbols it's sort of like a universal human function in the psyche. So he said that's what we're seeing, being used in the creation of literature, uh, any kind of story, myth, right? This logic, this dream logic, doesn't necessarily have to be thought of as taking place in a dream. Okay, it's also sort of like the way Jung talked about it. It's like this: the mind just keeps cranking this stuff out, and it's like in the subconscious. It's literally like a narrative that's going on in your subconscious, and you're just unaware of it, but it's constantly working to manufacture your viewpoints and your ideas and your perceptions, the way you see the world, your dreams, right? And if you look at a film, for example, like Mulholland Drive or Jacob's Ladder, right? At the end of those two movies, you learn that what you've been witnessing is sort of like the dream logic or that unconscious symbolic inner narrative, okay, that has been taking place as you're approaching death, as you're about to die, right? So you can think about this, I use the term dream logic, and that is a common term. But it doesn't literally necessarily mean dreams. It could be applied to a dream, but it's also like generally the unconscious language of communication, right? So that's what Malick is doing. He understands that, so he's applying it and employing it in the film. So if you understand the symbols and you understand like this dream logic, it makes perfect sense to you. Um, so, and the other thing is it's very challenging, right? It's that understanding that, that's why, like I saw this film 4 times in the theater when it came out, because I saw it as a challenge to completely figure out what was being said in each part of the movie, So, I've got a couple of videos I've done that get that apply this and analyze a couple of sequences in the film using dream logic. So if you want to take a look at my channel, you can look at my film playlist, and you'll see the tree of life examples where I've taken this dream symbolism, archetypes, dream logic, and explained what Malick is saying in the some of the sequences in the film. I'll also put links in the notes to this video too, so you can get to those easily. That's it. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post them in the comment section of this video. Thank you.